Let's move on now to the Pittsburgh Steelers in our first round prediction series. But before we do that, Ryan and I, we have a special announcement. We are going live on YouTube on April 27th at 6:45 p.m. Central Standard Time for the first round of the 2023 NFL Draft. So be sure to subscribe, ring that bell so you can get notified when we do go live, and join us and provide takes, comments, ask us questions about the channels. Ask us our opinions on certain players, teams. It'll be a really fun night. So join us. And Ryan, let's get into this. The Pittsburgh Steelers were one of the surprises of the 2022 NFL season. I feel very optimistic about them coming into the draft and coming into the 2023 NFL season. And to me, I really think like they can go a lot of different ways. If they wanted to give TJ Watt a running mate, I can see them doing that. But that being said, though, they've had great success along the defensive line. I think that might be kind of a waste of a pick because I think they can go and get other edge rush help later. They could potentially maybe trade back at a linebacker. But the move I actually really like is one of two things. This is about the spot where Joey Porter Jr., Deonte Banks seems to be going. So if they want to go with Joey Porter's son, Joey Porter Jr., or if they want to go Deonte Banks if he's available. And so I know.
No,
I just want to make sure.
My first thought was, that's whose kid it is.
That's whose kid it is. In case if Steelers fans don't know that it's not Deonte Banks. Deonte Banks is not Joey Porter's son. Anyways, go that route because they do need some secondary help. Some guys have left the organization onto other teams. Why is it Cam Sutton?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I would say it's like I'm pretty sure it's my daughter's name, but like I wasn't sure. I just don't want to randomly say it. Anyways, but that or if they wanted to address the offensive tackle position, because they have addressed the interior offensive line position a lot. Isaiah Samalo is going to come in and help tremendously. But if they wanted to go and get a Darnell Wright or Broderick Jones, if they're available, I think that would be interesting. Both of them are starting to rise up draft boards a lot. Which route do you like the most for the Steelers?
So I think it really – I hate playing the middle, but I'm going to do it. I think it really depends on who falls. I don't think Anton Harrison here at 17 is a good value. And if all the other tackles are off the board, you're most likely looking at Joey Porter Jr. or Deonte Banks, right?
Mm-hmm.
But if one of those guys goes in front of them, talking about Joey Porter Jr., Deonte Banks, I think that leaves one of the tackles for them to take, and that's Darnell Wright, Broderick Jones, probably one of those guys. And I really like Darnell Wright in this system. I kind of mentioned this with the Patriots, but I think you put Darnell Wright at that right tackle spot. Then you have Isaac Samalo at that right guard spot. And then you have Najee Harris running behind them. I just think that's a really nice duo, or I guess trio, that you have. And then I think you have a legitimate offense because you not only have that, then you can run play action off that with Kenny Pickett. And then hit George Pickens, Deontay Johnson, and then who's the other one?
Pat Friermuth?
Yeah, Pat Friermuth. And then hit Pat Friermuth in those types of sets. And so I really like that right tackle option, Darnell Wright. Actually, I think in our last couple mocks, I've had them trade up and draft a right tackle. And I think one of them was actually Darnell Wright. And I really like the fit. I think if they go tackle, that solidifies this offense. There's a pretty big drop off at tackle after this first 6-7 guys, and then in the second round they have 2 second-round picks and they can address corner with one of those. So especially at the top of the second round with pick 32. So
well, I almost because we can almost technically even talk about that pick as well since it's the 32nd pick because traditionally, obviously, it's in the first round.
Yeah.
We'll get to that in a second, but I agree with you as well. I think they can. This is definitely a much deeper corner class than it is offensive lineman class. So, and I've said this before, and I've started to definitely come around and see if a guy's average value is like 27, then it's not really that big of a reach then to get him at 17. If there's not that big a difference between 17 and 37,
especially in this class, the cutoff is really at 10 in this class. And then it's really a whole bunch of people who really have a second round grade, but you have to pick them for those next 21 picks because there's 21 picks there.
Yeah.
So like that's not as big of a reach, I think, as
like the only exception to your point is like Bijan Robinson, where he's a top 10 guy, but it's like he's a
positional value, I think.
Yeah.
And I don't think the Steelers are really in the Bijan hunt with Najee Harris and who's the backup that they had there last year.
Oh shoot. Look it up here. Oh
yeah, I was just gonna say leave a comment down below. We'll look it up here. Really
quick. But for me, I like that round. If they go offensive lineman there, and then with that 32nd pick, I really like the Jack Campbell fit, potentially first linebacker off the board. He might not make it out of the first round, but I still like that pick there. If they don't like the linebacker, that's it. That's it. If they don't like the linebackers that are available there, then that's where it's still Tyreek Stevenson territory, Emmanuel Forbes territory. Or if they want to wait till the second, their second pick in the second round, that's a little bit later, Keely Ringo, Cam Smith is going to be in that range also. So I think they definitely have a lot of versatility based off of kind of where they're picking. And I think that almost kind of dictates to me a little bit on which order they're going to go through. Because a lot better value at offensive lines early, better value, I think, at linebacker early in the second round, while then there's still a lot of good corner depth later on.
Yeah, and I think if you look at where the tackle falls off, it's really around like 25. I think Anton Harrison will probably be the last true starting tackle to be taken, and then you get into the tackle guard hybrids in the Matthew Bergerons, Tyler Steens, and then you have like some guys later on in like the third round who have tackle traits but don't have the tape to really back it up. So I think the Steelers are in a really good spot. I could see them moving up to draft one of the top 3 tackles. I could see them standing pat and grabbing one of the, I guess, later round tackles and filling the void that way. I could also see them going corner and then trying to address the position a little bit later. But let's go ahead and wrap up the Pittsburgh Steelers draft preview there. If you guys have not already, please go ahead and like and subscribe and smash that bell so you get notified when I create new content. Leave a comment down below on what you want to see the Steelers do with the 17th overall pick. And you know what? Let's throw in 32 as well. What do you guys want to see them do at 32? And last but not least, Tyler and I, we are going live for the 2023 NFL Draft, just the first round. But go on over to our channel and hit that bell so you guys can get notified when we are going live, and you can tune in and ask us questions about the players that are being picked. And other than that, we'll see you guys next time.